up, Church Love Family? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, stick around, see if you love me. And if you do, then subscribe and turn on the notification bell. If you're not new here, then welcome back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving me as much as I love you. And let's get right into today's video. So, this video I actually meant to make months ago, around my birthday. For those that don't know, I am 30. I turned 30 in September, Virgo gang. And I meant to do the infamous 30 things I learned in 30 years video that I used to watch a lot of. I don't even know if people still make those or people still watch those. But I'm doing it, so here we are. I've always said when I turned 30 I was going to make that video, so I'm finally 30. I made this channel when I was 23, 22. 22 or 23, 24, 23, 22. One of those. Math is not my best friend. I want to say it was the summer of 2018, so it was before my birthday that year. Let's get into it. I have a list, so like write it down, because it's not off the dome. First is the importance of self-reflection and self-awareness. Those two things are important because it helps you to grow, navigate through the world, and understand how you treat people, and understand if how people are treating you is how you're receiving it. Is what I'm feeling, is what I'm doing rooted in reality. It's what I'm saying rooted in reality. Do I understand how I feel in this moment and why? And that really helps you with a lot of your decision making. It helps you with a lot of your communication skills. It just helps in a lot of ways, okay? Two is how to be open-minded. To be frank, I have not always been an open-minded person. It actually took intentional effort to not be closed to things that I either had never heard of or did not understand. But when you broaden your mind and when you open your mind to other ideas and possibilities, you will be surprised at how much you grow and learn as a person and how much you discover about yourself and the world and the people around you. Three, which, I really emphasize all the time, is that intention does not excuse impact. You may have had the best intentions, but if your intentions led to the harm or the hurt of another person, you saying, oh, but I meant well, is not an excuse. You are still responsible for taking accountability for the fact that you hurt someone and trying to reconcile. Four is grace. Is for both yourself and others. I'm a person who is actively giving grace to others, actively giving grace to how other people behave, and often being way too hard on myself. And I am recently learning that I deserve grace as well, and that I should give myself grace even in moments when I am not my best self. Number 5 is social media isn't real, but also neither is a lot of the things that you actually see. And that's the reason that social media isn't real. Perception is reality. And a lot of times what you're seeing is just what someone wants you to see. Like we see that a lot in marriages, in churches, when you see this couple that you thought was perfect, not just on social media, but in real life. You saw the picture perfect couple every day. They're always laughing and giggling and da-da-da-da. And the next thing you know, they're divorced. Find out they had all these skeletons in the closet. And that is because you really never know what's going on behind closed doors, whether it's social media or what you're seeing while you're out, when you're in mass congregations, when you're at work. You really don't know. What you see, no matter where you go, is not always what's real. Some people do portray their reality. A lot of people, most people don't. 6 is therapy is necessary, even to just help you navigate the emotions that you go through on a regular basis in each stage and season of your life. Therapy can help you in monumental ways understand yourself and how to maneuver the season of your life better. There's so much trauma and things that we do as people that we don't even recognize as related to things that have happened to us years prior. Things that may have seemed in the moment insignificant, but subconsciously it left a mark. And now we're moving certain ways, and we have certain thought processes that are not healthy. We have certain reactions that are not healthy, and we don't recognize that because we're just like, oh, well, you know, I'm used to this. When this happens, people are doing this to me, and you don't even understand that you're literally just basically saying you have a trauma response that you're now comfortable with. It's important to go to therapy. It's important to take care of your mental health. It's important to learn more about what's going on within yourself. Why do you do the things that you do? And if you know why, how do you move forward? How do you now do things because they are the things that you should do and not because of anything that has to do with your past? 7 is kind of paired with the thing about social media, but learn to verify before you just believe. A lot of times we hear things online and we just take it as fact, share it, and we take it as fact and say it to somebody else's fact before we go through and do our own research. And even with some of the times people say stuff to us and we just take it without doing our own research. If I say something to somebody, I give you specific information and you're just like, so if I look that up, I implore you, please Google it. Because if I am wrong, I want to know too. But if I say it, it's because I researched it. I saw it. I read it with my eyes. I read it on paper. I didn't just hear it from somebody and took it as gospel. We have to stop just taking people's word as gospel. 8 is communication is not just expressing yourself. I often say that I'm a big communicator, and one of the reasons why I do believe I'm a big communicator, and one of the ways that I've learned to become a better communicator, is by also utilizing skills like active listening and making sure that I understand what's being said to me before I respond with my own thoughts and feelings. So when I'm talking to somebody and they're saying something to me, I tell them how I received what they said. And I say, is that accurate or is it something else? Because that's how you communicate properly and effectively. And it's important to be able to communicate your thoughts, and not just the way that you said what you had to say. Because a lot of y'all be like, well, I said what I said. But if the other person didn't understand it, you did not communicate effectively. That's a part of communication. Communication is not just saying whatever you felt. It's about making sure that your message is understood by the party you're trying to give it to, and making sure that you're also receptive of their message. 9 is that love is powerful. Love is one of the most powerful things on the planet. Love and kindness, to me, powerful, powerful things. Things that can move mountains, change hearts, change minds, completely reroute lives. But then the 10th thing is that love is not enough. I know that can be difficult for some people to understand, but love without understanding, not useful. Love without communication, you will crash and burn. Love without boundaries, love without respect, there are key things. And when I say love is not enough, I mean to keep relationships going. You need more than just I love this person to continue in a relationship with them. You need the other skills that it takes to build and continue long-term relationships. I've learned this from experience, because I have loved people with all of my heart and soul. Still love them down bad. But because I did not have the skills and they did not have the skills to properly take care of our relationship ended up gone. 11 is receiving the things, the desires of your heart before you are prepared for them is dangerous. A lot of times we do not get the things that we want because we're not ready for them. And when you get things that you want before you're ready for it, for example, you want to make a lot of money, but if you're not ready to take care of that money, to properly allocate that money, then you're going to crash and burn, and you're going to end up right where you started, or you're going to find yourself going down a different slippery slope. Having power, having things, especially of this world, that you're not ready to handle, that you don't have the discipline for, you don't have the mental fortitude, you don't have the intelligence to deal with, you don't have the self-control. Having those things before you have the things needed to properly handle those things is a dangerous place to be. 12 is the importance of taking care of your body. Let me tell y'all something. My body hurts, okay? I mean, like every day it's shoulders, backs, different parts of the backs, the knees, the ankles, the elbows, my neck, my head. I be hurting, okay? Like, go through it. And it's my fault. It's my fucking fault. I tell people all the time, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And that really is just me being completely aware that I don't take care of myself the way that I should, and I suffer for it. Those are the facts. If you do not take care of your body will break down on you. It just will. Life is not kind. The world is getting hard. It's getting harder and harder to just breathe regular air when you're a normal person. So if you can't even take care of yourself, oh, you're screwed. I'm 30 and I have an inhaler. And I'm trying to get better at it. It's taking me time. It's taking me effort. And it's taking discipline that I do not necessarily possess at this moment. But I'm working on it. We're getting there. 13 is your job isn't your life. I always feel like you should show up at your job, giving your best, but do not let these people ask you to do more than they're willing to pay you to do. Because if you die, your job will be on Indeed tomorrow, baby girl. They don't care about you for real. They don't. They want you to do your job, and that's it. And they want to pay you as little as they can, as you will allow them to pay you in most of these jobs. And so do not give your whole life and make it to where all you have is your job. And your entire life, all your mental and emotional and spiritual energy is just left there. Do not allow a job to do that to you. Your job should not consume your life. It's not healthy. It doesn't help you. And honestly, long term, it doesn't help them because it makes you burn out faster, and then you're no good to them once you're burnt out. 14 is purpose is important. Something that I'm learning, that I'm really deep diving into recently, is the importance of moving in purpose and moving in alignment with what your calling is, or your purpose, whatever it is you call it. If you're a spiritual person, your calling. If you're not, your purpose, or what it is that you want for yourself, your passion. Having that is important because it gives you direction. And if you don't have that, I would say that going back and doing things like self-reflection and learning about yourself and discovery and having an open mind and going to therapy, things like that can help you along that path to finding your purpose. Once you have your purpose, it's always important to recheck back in with that purpose and make sure that you're in alignment. 15 is not everyone will like you. Even if you do nothing wrong to anyone, still somebody will not like you, and that's perfectly okay. Sometimes, I won't say that I've ever wanted everybody to like me, because I haven't. I don't actually care if everybody likes me. One thing that used to really bother me is when somebody didn't like me and I never did anything to them. Like, it's like, you don't like me for nothing. Like that used to really get on my nerve, because I'd be like, so you just didn't like my face? Like, what's going on? It's always bothered me, and until recently where I was just like, some people aren't going to like you because of who you are. And who you are does not sit well with them. Who you are and who they are do not go together. And that's okay. There are people who have not liked me and they said they didn't like me. I've literally heard this, that somebody said they didn't like me because I spoke my mind too much. And if that's why you don't like me, that is perfectly freaking fine. Some people told me they don't like me because I'm too outspoken, or I'm not feminine enough. That's perfectly fine. That just means that who I am and who you are does not align, and we don't need to be around each other. And there are people I didn't like because of who they are. So that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody is for everybody. Number 16 has also been a lesson for me, okay? Is that people can be completely different than you, like in every single way, and still be good people. A lot of y'all don't like this. People can have different priorities than you, different values than you, different belief systems than you, and that doesn't make them wrong. Just makes them different. And the moment that you understand that, the moment you get out of your prejudice ways, because I'm not gonna lie, there's certain types of people in the world that I used to think, like, if you living like this, something wrong with you. But the truth of the matter is, if you're not doing anything to harm anyone else, and you're not even harming yourself, your values, your beliefs, and how you decide to maneuver around the world is your right of your own. And just because it's different than mine does not mean that you're wrong and I'm right. And vice versa. We are all different. God made us all different. And there was a reason for that, because differences are important. And it's important to embrace them instead of judging them. So people can be different than you. You cannot expect people to think like you. And just because somebody doesn't think like you doesn't make them wrong. They just don't think like you. Now, sometimes people are wrong. I'm not going to hold you. The Virgo in me is still like, yeah, that's stupid. But the Holy Spirit working on you, girl. 17 is that growth is uncomfortable. If you want to grow, if you want to become a better person, if you want your life to look different than it looks now, that means that you have to move different than you're moving now. That is just the reality. If you want different, you have to do different, and you have to be different. It's not just outward, it's inward too. You have to think different. You have to speak different. You have to react different. If you want different, you have to do different. And I have learned that I've been trying to do some inner work when it comes to certain things. My patience, your girl's patience is not the best, but I've been working on it, and I've been working on how I think things when people say things to me, how I reframe them. People be like, well, why would you do that? And I be thinking that too, like, why would you do that? But then I remind myself, because that's who they are. There's no point in letting this bother me. Real and true growth is uncomfortable, and you cannot let that stop you, because once you get past it, you're more phenomenal. And you're phenomenal now, sis. 18 is someone being a boss doesn't make them a leader, and sometimes you have to just accept that. I have been in a lot of different job positions where the person who was the manager was not a good leader. They did not know how to lead. They did not know how to make managerial decisions. They did not know how to actually make a positive impact on the people working for them. And because of that, it caused things like toxic morale and bad energy at work. And I've seen that, and it's something that I've learned. And sometimes true leaders are not in those positions. Sometimes leaders are other employees. Sometimes leaders are your co-teachers. Sometimes leaders are your co-workers. Sometimes leaders is somebody in the mailroom. They are a leader because they are making impact and they are helping move things forward. They are impacting you. They are leading you. They are guiding you. May not be their job to, but a leader is going to be a leader no matter what position they're playing. 19 is that perfection is a myth. I am the queen of perfectionism. Perfection is a myth, though it doesn't exist. And the moment I wait until something is perfect to do it, which is why you guys haven't gotten so many videos, is because I don't like how things turned out, or I felt like it wasn't good enough, or I felt like, okay, this is cute, but it's not cute enough. I don't post pictures, I'm like, I'm not cute enough. I don't get cute enough. Like, perfection does not exist. And the moment you let that, like, keep you from moving forward is the moment that you're allowing yourself to be anchored in mediocrity. So you have to understand that perfection is not going to be a thing. There's never going to be a perfect moment to do it. You got to just do it. Which brings me to my 20th thing, which is to succeed is to act. The more that you act, the more that you learn, the better you get, the more successful you become. That is how it works. Action is the first thing. It's not a whole bunch of reading and preparing and trying to figure out and planning. Action is the first real step to success. You have to move. You have to act. You have to get up off your ass. You have to do the things. 21 is your community will make or break you. This is a much longer video than I meant it to be. 21 is your community will make or break you. Who you're surrounded with is a mirror of either your current or your future. Most likely your future. So if the people around you are not people that are going to be able to mold you into where it is that you want to go, you gotta, I'm not saying F all your friends, but you gotta get yourself around people that are going to be molding you. They're going to be encouraging you. They're going to be uplifting you. They're going to be reminding you like, hey, this is who you are. Reminding you of your star player. Reminding you of your purpose. Reminding you of your calling. Those are the type of people that you need to be in your circle. 22 is liking somebody does not mean that they're for you. In the past 3 years of me being single, 3.5 years of me being single, one thing that I have majorly learned is that you can like someone and that has nothing to do with their suitability for you. I have met many good men. I've met many good men that are good people. I have nothing negative to say about them. But in the discovery of me liking them, I stayed talking to them longer than I needed to, longer than I should have, because I liked them and they seemed like good men. But they were not the right man for me. We were not compatible. We were not suitable for each other. And we just prolonged the inevitable by holding on just because, oh, well, you know, I like you. We have to really have those tough conversations about lifestyles and communication and priorities and values and goals in order to actually pick a partner. And sometimes, even in friendships, people are not for you just because you like them, just because they're cool. If they're not adding value to your life, being cool is not enough, is all I'm saying. 23 is self-care is essential. I have always said that self-care is key. Y'all hear me on here. Y'all used to hear me on here. Y'all remember self-care. One thing I'm going to do is self-care until I stopped self-caring and I saw what it meant when you didn't self-care. I say that self-care is essential now because I have seen for myself what it's like when all I do is work and go home. And I don't do any of the things for myself. I'm not resting. And I don't mean like just watching TV where I'm just, or doom scrolling. I mean like actual rest where my brain is off. And I am at peace and I'm smiling. I'm doing things that bring me joy and taking care of me. Things like getting my nails done or my hair done or just a massage, a day on the sun, a brisk walk, listening to music, something that just brings you peace. Self-care is so important. Taking care of you is so important. And the moment I stopped doing it, I've always said it, but I've always done it. And it wasn't until I stopped doing it in the past like year or two that I realized, oh my God, like self-care. Gotta get back to her real fast. 24 is your habits shape your future. When I could see the success, when I was like, I could see the clear vision before I lost my vision. When I could see it, it was when I had positive habits. I was doing things that cultivated positive things. I was literally like planting seeds of success for myself, even though I didn't see it right in front of me, but I could see the vision because I was maneuvering in that path. I was in alignment. Once I got out of alignment with that, my habits changed. I started forming negative habits. I have formed some major negative habits over the past 5 years, and I have literally neglected some of the more positive habits that I had, and that includes getting up in the morning, exercising, reading, all those things I've neglected, and it's had its impact. Your habits really do shape your future. And because I stopped doing the things that are positive and started implementing more negative habits, it hasn't impacted where I am right now. 25 is give people flowers while they're here. People have passed away that I did not expect. And you know, there's nobody that you expect to pass away, but sometimes you lose people and you don't know if they know how you felt about them. It's important to cherish your loved ones while they're here. Give people their freaking flowers while they're here because they might not always be. And you do not want to be someone that feels like you had so much you needed to say and never got to say it. You don't want that to be your story. And so that it's important. If you got friends, people that you love, if there's somebody you're in love with, if there's somebody you care about, if there's somebody you want to take a chance with, nigga, I mean, say it. Get it out. Because you never know what's going to happen. Life is really fleeting, really short, and we never know when our last breath will be. 26 is forgiveness is freeing. I used to think that forgiveness was just so that you weren't angry anymore. But forgiveness is also like, true forgiveness is being able to look at a person who hurt you and feel nothing. And there's nothing more freeing than when the thought of somebody used to erupt emotion. And then one day you think about them or you see them in public and you have no feelings whatsoever. You can smile and wave and it doesn't impact your day. And in fact, you stop thinking about it right after it happened. That's true forgiveness, and it is freeing in a way that you don't understand until you've done it. 27 also is, though, my 27 lesson is forgiveness does not mean allowing that same person back into your life. You forgive, you don't forget. You don't become an idiot just because if this man cheated on you 5 times, you can forgive him, have no malice towards him, be able to speak to him. Hey, how you doing? Oh, everything's good. Oh, love my dog. But that don't mean you be with him again. The relationship should change in accordance to the boundaries that were crossed. 28 is that kindness can open doors you never imagined. People are so mean now. People are so curt and rude, and people think that just by being good at what you do, that's enough. But some people open doors just by being a kind person, a kind-spirited person, opens doors you'd never think. There are people that have hired me because I've uplifted them, because something I said made them feel positively. And so they were like, I want to work with you. You never know what doors kindness will open. 29 is critical thinking is key. Critical thinking skills, if you do not have them, and even if you think you have them, practice utilizing them on a regular basis, because it is so important, especially now in this day and age, in this time that we're living in, is to be able to utilize your critical thinking skills. Really break things down and ensure that they make sense before you go out here speaking with your chest. 30 is the last thing that I learned, and the most important thing that I've learned is that I need to be holding God's hand with every single step that I take. I mean, before I even lift my foot off the ground, I need to have God's hand good and tight. Because every time I've let go, I've fallen. Every time I've let go, I was just like Peter, I drowned. I need to not lose sight. And in the 30 years of my life that I've learned, that I've been living, I feel like my life is just beginning. I feel like I am entering into a new era. I feel like I'm entering into a new season, a season of growth and change and manifestation and abundance and things that God has promised me years ago that I felt like it was never going to come. And now I'm like, God, I'm holding your hand and I'm letting you lead me. If you're not spiritual, I'm sorry. That's where I'm at. Like, that's where I'm at. So if you made this a fun video, you love me, right? Because this is a really long video, the longest video we've had in a while. You love me, right? Then subscribe, turn the notification bell. I really hope this video wasn't boring, honestly. I did not realize how much talking was going to go into this. My throat is dry. But, I love you guys. Make sure you follow me on my socials. Cherish you on everything. I love you guys ever so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.